Want to check how well you know the animal kingdom? This fun quiz will help you. You'll need to guess if the statement is true or false before I reveal the truth. Don't forget to keep the score and share it in the comments. The head of the flamingo has to be positioned upside down when the bird eats. What do you think? Could it be possible? Yep, that's the truth. You'll always recognize flamingos by their specific position. They tend to stand on one leg in shallow waters. They have to use the bristles located on the top of their beaks when they want to filter the muddy water they accidentally take along with the actual food. That's why they eat in a way where their head goes down. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to filter their meal properly. Do animals have fingerprints? It's true, animals do have fingerprints, but only some of them, like koalas, gorillas, and chimpanzees. The other name for fingertips is dermal ridges. They increase friction when we touch a certain surface. When you increase the size of the contact area between the surface and the fingers, it's way easier to hang on to things and have a firm, safe grip. About 5 million years ago, before primates started to move upright and left trees, they needed to have an extra strong grip. They had to leap from tree to tree without falling down or be able to grab a rock or some other tool they needed at that moment. Coolest thing though? Koalas have fingerprints so similar to those of humans they can actually taint crime scenes. Here's a relatively easy one. Do wolves howl at the moon? Well, this one is a myth. Wolves do howl at night, but what else are they supposed to do if that's the time when they're the most active? Again, they do look up while howling, but not because they're looking at the moon, but because this helps the sound travel farther. This way, other wolves can hear them even when they're more than 7 miles away. This is how these animals communicate. Wolves even have a specific sound they use if they lose their pack. Opossums are such nice animals, and they look so cute while hanging on their tails. But do they? It's just a myth. Once this animal is completely grown, it can't support its weight for more than a few seconds. The opossum becomes too heavy and they can't use its tail this way. But these animals do use their tails for balance, to hold onto tree branches when climbing. The goldfish has a 3-second memory, true or false? Although that's how they're pictured most of the time, it's a myth. These fish can actually remember stuff for months or even years. Overall, goldfish are pretty intelligent animals. If you feed a goldfish at one side of the tank all the time, it quickly learns it needs to stay on that side if it wants to get food. Also, if you show it that pushing a blue paddle will get it a reward, which is, again, food, and pressing a red one doesn't, a goldfish will learn pretty fast what to do to get its meal. When a dolphin is asleep, half of its brain is awake. Is it true or false? This time, it's not a myth. Dolphins are marine mammals, but they breathe with the help of their lungs, unlike fish that breathe through gills. Dolphins can hold their breath for a really long time, that's true, but they still need to rise up to the surface to get some air. That's why the dolphin's brain is never fully asleep. It needs to have enough motor control at every moment so that the animal is aware when it has to go up to the surface to take a breath. Dolphins also have one eye open all the time they're asleep. Parrots are selfish and greedy. They're not into sharing things with other members of their species. This is a myth. It depends on the species, but many birds, including African gray parrots, always selflessly help each other out. They're truly and honestly motivated to help others, even if other birds aren't actually their friends. Some people are sure that ghost crabs can use the small teeth they have in their mouths to growl. What do you think about this? Is it true? Well, it's a myth, but half of it is true. These crabs indeed growl, but they do it using their teeth in their stomach. They can intimidate other animals with their claws, but when that doesn't work, they produce scary sounds with the help of the teeth that are in their stomachs. They have 3 main teeth, 2 lateral and 1 medial, that are hard and elongated, and they belong to the gastric mill apparatus in the crab's stomach. These teeth also grind up food by rubbing against each other. Your dog has fewer taste buds than you do. Tick-tock, waiting for your answer. It's true. It may seem that your pet has a similar dinner time experience as you do, But in reality, these animals actually have a different arrangement of taste buds. Dogs only have 1,700 taste buds, whereas humans have close to 9,000. But they still can distinguish the same 4 basic tastes, and they're not fond of salt. Speaking of dogs, they are colorblind. True or myth? This time, it's a myth. A lot of people believe that dogs see in black and white, which is not true. Pooches also see blue and yellow, which kind of makes them colorblind in the same way some people are. Dogs have 2 types of color receptors in their eyes, while people, on average, have 3 types. Hens don't have teeth. There's this old saying, rare as a hen's teeth, which isn't exactly how things are in real life. Hens can grow teeth. They had chompers about 70 to 80 million years ago. Even though those are gone now, hens still have the necessary genes, which means they can potentially regrow their teeth. If cows had stripes like zebras, flies would have avoided them. Could be, or not. This one's true. Cows deal with pesky flies all the time. And zebra stripes are some kind of a natural bug repellent. It seems that the stripes work as some sort of disguise. It messes with insect vision and confuses them. Optical illusions baffle us in a similar way. Speaking of cows, do you think they're social animals or ones that prefer to avoid others and enjoy their own peace? They're creatures with strong social ties that love being around friends. One study from 2013 showed that it was really stressful for cows to be separated from their BFFs. Aw, don't we all feel like that? The octopus has 2 hearts. Or does it have one, like we mammals do? Neither is correct, because the octopus has 3 hearts. These animals use 2 of their hearts to pump blood to their gills, and the 3rd heart transfers blood to other parts of the body. If you think that's unusual, what will you say about the fact that octopuses have 9 brains? Besides the central brain, they have a mini brain in each of their 8 arms. This helps their arms act independently. Here's one more fact about these animals. Their blood is blue. That's because the protein in their blood that carries oxygen around the body contains copper. Octopuses can also taste with their arms and move at a speed of 25 miles per hour. Polar bears have the thickest fur of all animals. Would you agree with that? It may seem like that at first. After all, they need a lot of protection to survive in such harsh conditions. And still, this is false. The fur of the polar bear has 2 layers and is designed in a way that traps air right next to the skin. That's why their skin remains dry. Cool! Bulls get angry when they see the color red. True or false? You're definitely not alone if you think they get angry when someone waves something red in front of them. But the truth is, bulls are actually red-green colorblind, just like other cattle. What really triggers them is the movement, not the color. If you touch a frog or toad, you can get warts. You've probably heard it many times. Sounds a bit far-fetched? It actually is, because it's a myth. And it probably appeared because many toads and frogs have bumpy, lumpy skin. And people used to think these bumps were contagious. As for warts, they're not something animals and humans spread to each other easily.
That's it for today. So hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends. Or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the bright side.